My name's Scott Kane, and I'm going to be watching my Bootleg 3000 part from the olden ages in 2003. Let's get it going. It's been a while since I've seen this. Kicky front nose right there at the bum rail in Long Beach. It's my boy Marcus. The best days, man.
$20 on that, that's too perfect.
Kickflip 5.0, probably the first one ever done on a rail. My first trip to Philly right here. These kids kept playing basketball like at the bottom. There's not even a hoop around, so they were pissing me off. Which is probably why I couldn't land this kickflip crook later. I don't even think they noticed I kicked it, and it just kept going. That Ben Collin, I think that's Miami right there.
Who filmed this part?
Collective of people: Dave Robrook, John Barry, Strickland, Mark Brandstetter. Strickland edited it. Yep.
Did you see your part before the premiere, or when's the first time you saw it?
First time I saw it was at the premiere, and I don't even think I paid attention while I was there. I broke my wrist right here, and I'm just laying on the ground, and some chick just jumps over me. I thought that was ridiculous. Yeah, I had no idea he was going to do the amateur then pro.
So did you go pro at the premiere then?
I went pro a little bit before. Everybody said, "You're too young to go pro." And I said, "I don't give a shit, because I've been trying to do this my whole life, so I'm going to take it."
How old were you in this footage?
Most of it, 16, 17, 18. Yeah.
Who picked the music?
Strickland did all this. The Booker T song is dope. I love it. It came out like matched perfect. Good old Belmont ledges right there.
Any tricks that got away for this video part?
There was a random trick I tried on a rail. It was like a barrel flip no slide. And I almost did it, but I stepped on the last stair and like hurt my foot pretty bad. It was a weird one, but that's probably one of the ones that I didn't get to do. Some Miami footy. Didn't skate too many ledges back then. Surprised I could do a switch front crook. Man, I wish these ledges were still there. It's crazy, a lot of these spots are gone. Never did that before. Don't know how I did that there. That was an accident. I was trying kickflip front nose and we locked into crook and landed it. This rail's gone in Long Beach. It was at Belmont Pier. Steep as shit. This was the first trick that I did when I got on Bootleg. I was getting like Baker and Bootleg boards, and Strickland was like, "We got to get an ad going to, you know, show that you're amateur or whatever." And I did that back nose blunt, and it turned into my first ad.
What did the fine print say at the bottom of the ad?
Something like, I think I was holding a Dr. Pepper or something, and it said my first paycheck was some Dr. Pepper. Selmar was the go-to rail right here. Anything I learned at the skate park, I went to here to do it. It's just like the perfect rail, just steep enough to lock in and get off. Skated 2 big rails in my life. This was one of them. Like, I did that second try and I was scared as shit. So hyped I got a Love Park line. We got chased out of here right after. Like right after I landed it, the cops showed up. We had to run. The professional. Some random Texas footy in some ditch. This rail was pretty high and weird with like a crack in front of it. Ghetto rail. This was my like second favorite rail to skate. Found in the hood of Culver City. Frisco footy with my foot dragging.
And when's the last time you talked to Jay Strickland?
I talked to him a couple days ago. We relaunched one of my first graphic. We did a relaunch of it. He helped do the artwork and the whole business dark man side of it. So yeah, it's been cool to reconnect with him too after so long. I think Knox is part of it. Tori printing all the boards at Thank You. So, ooh, Atlanta. Beverly rail, that was a good rail too. Oh, these rails are perfect. They're so low. just real quick, back to back. I think Malta did some crazy lines on that. I got broke trying that nose blunt, missed it completely because it was so low. Some France footy, my first trip to Europe right here. I think that's Lyon. Perfect headbutt, I think that's gone now. Back to Philly, temple rail, corner pocket. So the first trick I did on Manchester right there was back nose blunt. I didn't board slide it, nothing. That whole rail scared the shit out of me. And then so after I did back nose blunt, I was like, all right, I'm comfortable to skate this. Went back and got a few tricks on it. Susky grind, that was a fun one. Second try right there, in the middle of the night. I think Tony Turbo, if you remember that guy, he filmed this line. Randomly, I was just filming the single, but I was doing the switch heel to like warm up, and Tony Turbo was like, you want me to film it? And I was like, sure. I think Van Engelen and Rob Dyrdek were there that day. Blockbuster Rail in Arizona. More Miami footy. The ADP hub, I think. Cherry, stomping grounds. One and done, never done that trick again. Ooh, Sunland Rail, another one of my favorites. Mostly skate at night because you get kicked out. I think Scuba Steve filmed that long lens. I think that was a Vans ad too, that switchback salad. My first back over crook on a real rail. Is that what we call that trick now? Back over crook? Ollie over nose blunt grind, what we call it? And I think I went back to shoot a photo with a T-ba, and then that same day I went to Silmar, did the kickflip nose blunt. Back to Hollywood. I was so scared of that one. But once you lock that trick, you're good. Spectrum Rail. This fucking guy. This music just kept going off every time, like some recording they had. Every time I was about to try it, it would go off. And then have to include the guy in the window just laughing at me. I was sick though. One of the first times I got to skate with Josh Kalis that day.
Where's Sequence G? Where's Sequence G?
Here's G. His battery died. Probably because it took me too many tries. But we're blaming him anyway. This switch heel front nose. This took me hours. I was living with Darrell at the time, and he was on reel. So he had a bunch of the reel guys out there. We went skating. I had tried this on a rail before, like a smaller one, and I folded my knee and went to this rail. I was like, well, I switched front nosed it. I think I could do it. Literally 2 hours trying it. I think I landed one, put my hand down, looked like shit. And I was like, all right, I'll give you 10 more tries. Gotta like giving myself 10 more tries, and somehow luckily landed it. I think Dennis Buznitz was there. Super random crew. Gabe Morford, you could see a pile of the film just sitting in the corner behind the rail because I was doing it for 2 hours. He went through so much film that day. Back when we had to use film. I think we went to Sizzler after that. I smoked like 2 Camel Wides. It was a good day. I think Darrell and Ollie half cab 5-0'd it that day too. Kickflip nose blunt. And Krolik shooting the photo. He said the photo didn't turn out good because I tapped it. I didn't give a shit. I landed that. I felt good. In Tampa, there goes my board disappearing. It was during school hours, I think. Looked down, where's my board? Gone. They didn't steal it, but they took it, and I'm like, where'd my board go? You could see in the footy, they take it, and I'm not even looking.
So you couldn't get the clip, whatever you're trying?
I think we might have went back, yeah. Dang, that was 12 minutes already?
Yeah,
Wow, pretty quick.
So what did you think of the part when you saw it?
I don't remember, man. That was a long time ago. I think I was obviously stoked. My first video part, I feel like I had filmed for my whole life for that thing. It was like a collective of 3-4 years of just skating, not even being sponsored, some of it. I mean, I think it came out sick. Yeah, everybody goes, man, your bootleg 3000 part, man. I'm just like, thank you. Like, I'm so stoked when people come up to me and tell me that, but I love to be able to come back and watch that stuff.